Hello, everybody, and welcome to EDFM, your number one place for all your Elite Dangerous news. I'm your host, Riganthor, and with me, my co host, AaronC63.
Hey guys, how's it going?
In the show, we talk about news from inside the game and news from outside the game, and we start off with Galnet. Resounding victory has been made against Emperor's Dawn. Work has begun on a new Ocelot starport in the Couch Push system. Technical issues in the Warka Shanui system, and a new treasure hunt announced. For the past 2 weeks, the Empire has been battling the insurgent organization Emperor's Dawn in the Namari, Tabaldak, and LTT-874 systems. This morning, the Empire confirmed that the campaign had been a resounding success, resulting in the total destruction of all three Emperor Dawn's bases. Senator Patrius, who has been leading the campaign, released a statement proclaiming the organization to be shattered and no longer a threat. But in response, Emperor's Dawn released a statement promising all who join them double the payment, believing this will take away the supporting pilots from the Empire.
Interesting,
So,
interesting. I mean, I'm sure a lot of money hungry pilots will end up joining the Emperor's Dawn for
that
that
is
bonus.
that is what they expected. The pilots are only there for the money. Now, if that's true, we will see.
I
But
mean,
already the victory in three systems.
yeah, that is quite impressive. Although, to be honest, if the pilots are enticed by the extra money, I'm sure Emperor's Dawn would also start to be more victorious.
True, but why would you fight against the emperor? Because the emperor gives you already a bonus when bounty hunting. So when this emperor goes out, you will lose that bonus.
But
So
on
you
the other
will.
hand, um, you don't have to be allied with the Empire, so to speak, to join Emperor's Dawn. So
True.
Federation
Players
pilots
from
could
outs
go.
try to indeed try to poke the stick. So this is gonna be interesting, and let's
I mean, it
see
is
what people are gonna
interesting.
do.
You know, it might even be interesting for us to try out. I mean,
In Indeed,
I'm
we
thinking
only need
about
to
it.
find such system. Yeah, we should think about it. But anyway, let's go on to the next subject on the list, which is the Oslo starport in the Couchbush system. The project began with a request from the Explorers Association, which issued an appeal for metals for use in the station's superstructure. The more palladium that can be sourced, the better the systems will be that can be installed in the system. But also pirates are now threatening the build of this station. So cash has been set aside in reserve for bounty hunters, which is also interesting for us.
Again, yeah, also interesting. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first community goal where the building aspect of it isn't the only aspect going into it. Usually it just boils down to delivering the resources, whereas now I like that they're bringing in bounty hunters to it as well. You know, it's like, come and protect the station while it's being built. We've set up that much cash for you guys, come and get it.
Yes, that's an interesting development, and one could only hope that this is not the only time that they will do this.
Yeah.
And well, maybe some bounty hunters will go all the way to the couch push system without laughing.
Yeah, I mean, it is
What's that
interesting,
mean?
definitely interesting, and I mean, I might be thinking about maybe trying to make my way over there, depending on how far
How
it
far?
actually is. I mean,
Yeah, it could be the other side of where we are.
I don't know if I would be willing to travel 5, 10,000 light years, but
Yeah.
might be worth a shot.
Yeah, we will see. So, in some other news, following recent news of technical issues in the Varco Shanui system, officials at Guraksha Gateway have announced that all station services, bar refueling, and rearming have been suspended. Also, the community's market, shipyard and outfitting service and other frontline facilities are down until further notice.
That, I mean,
I hope you're not in that system.
yeah, that does sound pretty bad. I mean, at least you can refuel and buy some ammo, but oof.
No, bar refueling is gone. There's no refueling.
Wait, no refueling? No,
No
yeah,
refueling.
barring refueling and rearming, meaning you can refuel and rearm.
Uh, that's also down, bar refueling and rearming.
No, no, no. What they're trying to say is bar refueling. That means excluding refueling and rearming. It's not talking about the actual bar.
Okay. Some
Yeah.
words I don't know. Alright, so
yeah,
sorry
I mean,
for that, Karak. But yeah.
but,
So things are down there and it's not clear what is the cause, but hopefully it's fixed soon for all the players who are over there.
yeah, I mean, that was in the in-game news. Are they trying to say that technical difficulties in-game, meaning as in that could happen to any system anytime, it's just a sort of random event, or are they saying they're having technical issues?
It's in the game for as far as anything has been found, so it could happen at any station, which is fun in a way. It adds more dynamic to systems, but it could also be a bit bad for all the pilots out there.
True,
That you come
true.
to a system and you suddenly can't buy half the things you want to buy.
True, but at least there's refueling and rearming at the end of the day. That's the most
The most
important
important
thing.
part. Yes. Alright, and last on the agenda for Galnet is last month the reclusive philanthropist Alfred Jeffers made headlines with his galaxy-wide treasure hunt. And now it seems the eccentric billionaire is at it again. Jeffers has announced a second treasure hunt, and once again he's offering a share of his vast personal fortune to the winner.
That sounds interesting. That does sound interesting.
Indeed.
Um,
Now, what he is searching for, that we don't know.
I'm sure someone will find it. I mean, God knows I love a good treasure hunt myself. It's always nice working out the little clues and hints and trying to find stuff.
Well, actually, in the real world, there is a treasure, actually several treasures that haven't been found, and actually hidden by a eccentric billionaire ages ago. Only one of the 12 treasures in the book had been found.
Oh, really? So,
Yes. So
yeah.
I might want. It's also then wonder. It gets me to wonder if this Alfred Jeffers is based upon that character. But besides that, this is an interesting event, and hopefully someone will find it. And congratulations to the one who do. And maybe if it's anywhere near us, if we could join in then.
Yeah, definitely. And if we don't win and you do, make sure to share.
Indeed, indeed. But that's all for the in-game news. But we also have another Horizons update. The developers have talked this week about things you can find on planets. These include military bases, research establishment, hideouts, starports, mining complexes, crash ships, and debris to investigate, and perhaps a few other things. These are collectively called points of interest. As you travel across the surface, you have a chance of encountering one of these points. The nature of the encounter will vary depending on where you are, the type of planet, and the local topography and geology. These points of interest come in variety of flavors, broadly split into two categories, naturally and constructed. Natural points of interest are things that occur, well, naturally on the planet, such as mineral deposits, as well as naturally occurring formations. We also have resources that can be found that have arrived from beyond the planet, but still from natural origin. These include items like meteorites. Man-made constructs can also be discovered on the planet's surface, and again, these come in a variety of guises, ranging from ground ships to small comets and other devices. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty exciting. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of us who don't have beta access yet, and really look forward
Actually,
to a lot of these.
this isn't coming out of the beta. This is a dev talking out, the developer himself,
Mm,
and the beta hasn't started yet.
has it not?
Yes, I have read. No, I have read dozens of comments. The beta hasn't started yet.
Oh, I was under the impression that it had.
Me too, but the images that I have found and all this information come from the developers themselves.
I mean, I know the developers have been live streaming recently, showing a lot of new things in the game, like SRV Driving, which we covered last week, and the view from inside SRVs. This definitely sounds very interesting. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would go around exploring planets trying to find rare minerals and rare structures just to,
Well,
help to get that upper hand and be the first to find them.
one thing you. Oh dear. It's wise to use caution when approaching these sites, for there are automatic defenses.
Aha!
Yeah, there's a part on the second page that I forgot. So
Automatic defenses, even on natural. That. Hmm.
yes, now I don't know if it is on natural, but it's mostly on the man-made. The man-made ones have
Yeah.
automatic defenses. There are also points of interest that don't neatly fit into these two groupings, but we have to discover those by ourselves.
I like that.
How you find these depends also on your current transport. While on ships, you only get a fake knowledge of whether there are points of interest nearby. This is shown
Mm-hmm.
as an area on your scanner. You will need to deploy a SRV, and with its more specialized equipment, it will locate whatever is there. This new equipment we will hear about more in the next few weeks.
That sounds interesting. That whole scenario um, brings back memories of Mass Effect 1. Dropping
Oh,
down in the.
oh, no, not the Mako.
Yep, dropping down in the Mako and having to drive around the whole
Oh,
planet. Oh god, that was. They
as
could have
long
made
as
that
it
so
isn't
much more fun.
as long as it isn't as jumpy and as oh bloody hell, the Mako was annoying because it was way too jumpy and too light.
Oh god, yeah, that was actually. And then trying to get up mountains and oof.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
But yeah, it seems it's
But
going to end up being that sort of thing. You get a vague area if you fly over it of where the things are, and then you have to look and find them. I mean, it could really be interesting. I mean, I know personally I'm looking forward to driving an SRV around the planet and discovering random things.
well, there are two things I also saw in the video that he released with this. First of all, these automatic defenses are not only structures like points like that they're stuck. These can also be drones. so they can follow you.
That
And
sounds
also,
interesting.
the SRVs, as I have seen it in that video, seem to be more sturdy and less like the Mass Effect vehicle.
Yeah, I did also see that
Less
video.
jumping around. Less jumping around. It has its own weapons. And he even has a handbrake, which makes me wonder if that's only for parking it into your spaceship, or if it is also when you're at a point of interest, you can put it in a handbrake and leave your vehicle.
I mean, that would
But
make sense. That's what I would say. I mean, why add a handbrake unless you plan to park the vehicle and then get out? And I mean, even in the spaceship, they could have just sort of added some sci-fi locking system that just keeps it in the hangar bay or whatever.
actually, there are 3 lights. There's 1 light for the handbrake, 1 for in spaceship, and the other one I forgot. But there is already something for the spaceship. So most likely this handbrake is for leaving your vehicle, and it won't surprise me then if we will get to hear a bit more about this in the coming weeks or months.
Yeah, I mean, that really, if they've, I mean, I've been waiting for a while for them to add ETAs to the actual game, and
ETA?
sorry, EVA, yeah, extravehicular activities. It's yeah, space term.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, not estimated time of arrival, not ETA, EVA. But yeah, what's the ETA of the EVA? Hopefully it'll be
I don't know,
soon.
but yeah. So there are still things that we don't know, especially that there are still points of interest that they say here that we have to discover ourselves, which is actually pretty great. So
Yeah.
you won't only find the things that I have mentioned here, but there are also small surprises out there.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really fun, you know, just cruising along on a planet and suddenly you find something that you've never seen before. You have no clue what it is, what it does, and well, chances are you die horribly or get rich.
Now, there are still things that are not mentioned here, like let's say we all go to LTT 874. When you discover such a place, will it then stay saved on that planet so that no one else can discover a new point on that planet? That it eventually gets completely discovered? Or that it is refreshed after several days or a week? No, I think it's just that it gets saved there, but it has not been mentioned.
Yeah, true. I mean, to be honest, I think if it was in standing with the way Elite Dangerous works with discoveries and such, it'll probably stay discovered, so to speak. Because, you know, that's their whole point. There's so much of the universe that no one will ever be able to fully discover it unless, you know, 100 years have passed since the game's launch. So, I think, to be honest, that's what they're going to stick with. And God knows that's just for galaxies. For star systems, which, as we know, there are star systems that have 7, 8, 9 planets. So
indeed, and if we ever go out of planets in the Milky Way, which would surprise me, there are still other systems like the Milky Way with trillions upon trillions of stars, so they won't be out of contact anytime soon. Nature itself has made sure of that.
I mean, at the moment, there are over 400 billion star systems in Elite Dangerous. So if you think that, say, half of those don't have planets, because there are systems that are just a star and no planets. So that's 200 billion. Say, on average, they have 3 planets each. I mean, that's still 600 billion planets with multiple things to discover on each.
Indeed.
That's just
So yeah. Now, this is all for planets and moons we can land on. We haven't heard anything also about gas giants, which they did promise when the game was first launched, that you could fly through the clouds of gas giants. Though I have heard a bit of a story about that you might be able to, but there's not true confirmation yet on that front.
But I mean, other than the aesthetic, obviously they have to work out why anyone would actually want to do that, what you can discover. I mean, maybe you can discover some rare gases, harvest rare gases,
Indeed.
that sort of stuff. And of course,
a harvesting station you can maybe find on such a planet.
Yeah. Although, I mean, being a gas giant, you wouldn't be able to get out of your ship. You wouldn't be able to drop an SRV, obviously. And also, there would have
you
to
will be flat.
Yeah, there would have to be some danger there, because obviously you can't
gas
just have a free harvesting area. And
well, they could solve that very easily. Gas giants have lots of lightning storms and massive storms all over them. So as long as they add that, then that's not really a problem.
I mean, to some extent, I would like to see maybe if they do implement that, special ships to go in there, maybe, you know, that limit the amount of combustion in the engine, so that there's less risk of, say, an explosion in the gas giant, etc., etc. Not that.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, that's actually all the news for this week. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of EDFM. The next episode will be again on the Saturday. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.